Hi and welcome. Today I would like to talk to you about the symbolism of the North Star. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Lana and I'm a body-oriented psychotherapist. On this channel we are talking about personal development, embodiment and spirituality. The symbolism of the North Star. For centuries there has been said that travelers have looked to a North Star to find their way home. Just feel into that concept. North Star is that we can feel into it as this inner light, as a guiding light that helps us find our way back home, into our center, into our being. North Star can help us orient. And if you are currently feeling that you lost meaning, that you have no purpose, or that you are in the dark night of the soul. If you don't know what dark night of the soul is, I can leave you a link for the video where I'm explaining that more in depth. But no matter what is happening to you, if you feel that you have reached rock bottom, if you feel like life has no meaning, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. Now really listen my words carefully. There's always light. And the bottom has its end. And in the end, you can find your North Star. North Star is here to guide us. And this is just symbolism. But that is that inner light that helps us find a way. And you know what? If you look back, if you really look back, we have always been guided. Now, when I look back and look different situations in my life where I felt lost, where I had not known what my next step should be. When I look back and how my decisions back then influenced the whole trajectory of my life, how can I not believe that there was something from the soul that guided me to this exact place? Because you know what? Of course, we are human and we have ego and we have wants and we want this and that and whatever you feel like you maybe are conditioned to want. Maybe some goals that you have are actually compensations. Maybe you want to be in a relationship because you're terrified of being alone. Maybe you want to have more money because you have transgenerational traumas of poverty. And that's okay. But North Star, this inner light, guides you to something deeper than that. It guides you toward your real purpose, toward the purpose of your soul. And I love that concept so much. And you know what? People often ask me, why did you move to Denmark? Why of all places? I was just guided here. And there were many different circumstances that happened. And I felt longing. I wanted to go somewhere. I wanted to move. There was this inner longing for that. But I didn't overthink it. And of course, my mind was like, how am I going to do it? How am I going to do it? Like logistically, financially, and all of this stuff. And all of a sudden, almost as if there was this potential that opened, almost as if a star shone upon this potential. And I took it. And I still don't know why I made the decision, but I knew I had to. And that is how you know that you are aligned with that inner light, with the guiding light that is your North Star. And North Star is not something outside of us. It's just a symbol of this inner self that guides us, whether we like it or not. And you know what? Sometimes if we have strong will that guides us in a certain direction, which is not actually for us, and that falls apart, then maybe we do feel like we are in the darkness. But you know what? All is well. And I remember I had a strong want to become a mother. And I thought I had to do it in a certain way. And when it didn't happen in that particular way that my mind had imagined, I felt like I lost everything. I was in grief. I was in my dark night. But then I felt this North Star showing me what other potentials are there, where life flows in that very moment. And I have no idea what's going to happen, whether I'm going to be really a mother to a child, or whether I'm going to live my life as an archetypal mother to the work that I'm providing and offering. But nonetheless, I know that I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. And one of the ways that you can connect to your North Star is to ask, where is life flowing? What is opening for me? What are my visions? Not visions for I want to buy a new house, or maybe that could be, of course, your North Star guiding you. But when you don't force it, when you just align yourself with the vision, with the longing, and allow your North Star to do the rest, where you don't have to force and push and control. And I know that that is very difficult to do for some of us, and I have been guilty of trying to force things in my life for years. But then at one point, one really needs to say, I surrender. I surrender to light. I surrender to life, whether it works out or not. But I no longer want to live like this. I no longer want to live like this. I want to truly live as I am, the life that I'm supposed to live, the life that I actually came to live. And ask yourself, where is light in your life? What is that comes from the soul? How do you live? Who do you have close, intimate relationships with? What do you read? What do you do in your everyday life where you feel aligned? You know what? It can totally be something small. You know, I remember back in the days I was reading books from John Pierrakos and Barbara Brennan, and I had such a longing to be part of their teachings, but they passed, so I wasn't able to. But then can you imagine Zygmunt Gerken, my current teacher, who is a student of John Pierrakos? He literally came to Slovenia to have a training, and all of a sudden I was part of this legacy. So I wasn't trying to force and find a way, but I felt like I was so aligned with my North Star. And when I was reading that, almost as if I could feel, I am part of this legacy. I am part of this teaching. And my North Star found a way so that I could actually embody it. Now, can you imagine how beautiful that is? So North Star guides us whether we like it or not. It helps us find orientation when we feel lost. And if you are feeling lost in this moment, or you just want some extra clarity, I will leave you a link for a guided experience to follow your North Star. And if you really feel lost, you can book one-on-one session with me, and I would be happy to help you find your way, to help you reconnect to your North Star. And you know what? North Star is something that is very, very personal. How do you perceive your North Star? How do you perceive what guides you in life? Look back and ask yourself, all of the choices that I have made, what influenced those? What was something that was deeper from my circumstances? What was my alignment in those moments? That is that light. And we can close our eyes together for just one moment. And just to invite that North Star, to feel that inner light. And you don't need to do anything. Just allow. Just allow. And remember this feeling. Because this feeling will take you where you are supposed to be. Write to me in the comments some situations where you felt guided. I would really like to hear. Maybe somebody needs to hear your experience. Thank you so much for being here. See you in the next video. May your light guide you.